so fucking bad. Somebody needs to have their ass whooped. I'm going to make this video quick. This is the top 10 worst movies that I've watched of the year in 2024. So, there's a lot of shit that came out in 2024. It wasn't really hard or easy to make a top 10 list for these because on my Letterboxd list, they're literally just whatever's on the bottom. But yeah, I have some personal grievances with number 1 and 2 because I feel like number 1 and 2 are fucking tied for number 1. And so, yeah, coming at number 10, we've got The Instigators. I thought the only good thing with this movie is that they have competent actors. But competent actors doesn't mean it's a good movie. It's literally a fucking slog fest. It's so fucking boring. It is one of the biggest pieces of dog shit that I've seen this year. I don't know what the fuck Matt Damon was cooking. I don't know what the fuck any of these people were cooking. I don't know what they're cooking except for the shit that they fucking came up with for a script. So, coming at number 9, we've got Kung Fu Panda 4. As a kid who didn't even really love the third one, that's when you should probably stop, right? Most people actually do like the third one. I haven't watched it recently, so maybe it's okay. I just remember as a kid being kind of bored because they spent half that movie being like, here's Poe's family, here's Poe's family. And I was like, fight, please! But yeah, that's kids shit, right? Maybe I'll watch it, maybe it's really good, but I know Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 are fucking gas. They're peak, right? And so, I remember they made a show, Nickelodeon, nobody fucking won. I didn't watch the shit. And I remember when they made the fourth one, I was like, this might be pretty good because guess what? That company has been cooking lately. They didn't cook with this shit. Fucking pointless. Awkwafina's character, I'm not even like an Awkwafina hater like that. I realized myself I had to take a step back and say, why am I being a hater like that? I think just because everybody else is. But just as her character, I was like, what are we fucking doing? Doing some setup bullshit, passing the torch. What the fuck? Stupid shit. Dumbass plot. Weird callbacks. I said, like, what kind of franchise is this? Like, they're acting like this shit's like the MCU. Like, what the fuck are we calling back? Oh, that villain from the TV show that nobody watched? I don't give a fuck. Dog shit. Furious 5 ain't even been it, I don't think. I was like, what the fuck? Waste of fucking time. Coming in at number 8. Actually, the only bad movie on this list that I don't really actually hate. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I actually don't know why this isn't my number 10. Maybe I should have reorganized that. It's a bad movie because it's a bad movie. The writing and direction and everything else is really stupid. But compared to the first one, this shit's fucking Citizen Kane. Because the first one is actually a piece of dog shit. The second one is kind of fun. Tigger comes in and he's like, come here, bitch. And I was like, I like that. He's like Freddy Krueger. He's the other night. I was like, okay. So I'm not even gonna lie, I had fun with this movie. It's a bad movie, but I've had fun with it. So we'll get out with a pass. Coming at number 7, we've got Tarot. Probably one of the worst films I've seen with this genre. With it's like Final Destination, but it's like PG-13, so you don't get any of the cool kills. Which is kind of stupid and pointless in a film like this, because what the fuck is the point in a film like this if you're not going to show me any cool kills? They've got cool creatures. I'll give it that. That's why it's not number 1. But their creature design is really fucking cool. The gesture looks really cool. But there's like a bunch of dumb shit in this movie. A bunch of really dumb shit. Like, for example, like these people are supposed to be like friends for life or whatever the fuck. And literally their friend will fucking die and there's like no grief. They're kind of like the first one when they do, they kind of feel sad, but like after that somebody like get killed and they're just like, fuck, he's dead. That's it. That's all he gets. Wow. Number 6, we got Imaginary. You're gonna realize a trend on this list. It's horror movies. Imaginary I started getting worried about because I was like, wait, not January release, this March. I said maybe it's decent. I was like, okay, they didn't toss that in January. And then I was sitting there going, I was like, this is going to be a good premise. And in the movie, there was a good premise. They're going into like the little imaginary land. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. And they do nothing with it. They do the same shit they did with Insidious, Conjuring, all this bullshit, where they have like some old white lady that goes, I have all the history and knowledge. And I'm like, why? And then she just tells them this shit, and they spend like a 10-minute fucking session where she's giving you the plot, basically. And then none of the characters are likable. None of the fucking scares are scary. None of the action is cool. There's like a mystery in the film. You're trying to figure out why this character's forgetting this stuff, and there's not really anything cool about it. And then literally, the ending is set up for a sequel that nobody wants. So, coming in number 5, we got Harold and the Purple Ass. Crayon. This movie shouldn't have been made. And if it was made, it should have went straight to Netflix, like the dog shit that it is. It shouldn't have came out to theaters. I don't even know what the fuck was going on in my mind and why I was like, yeah, let me watch this. I want to say that on the same day, something else shitty came out. It might have been Borderlands or something. Yeah, we were cooked that day. I came out of the theater actually fucking pissed off. Like, I was wanting to literally fight somebody. Like, the first person I fucking saw was I'm literally just gonna box that motherfucker. For no fucking reason outside the fact that I saw the shit that day. Just because there's a chance that they were wanting to see that shit on purpose. You know, that was one of the few times I was like, wow, we really didn't need to use this AMC A-lister, did we? Because today I didn't feel like a fucking A-lister. I felt like a fuck-lister. Okay, this shit was dog shit. The fucking CGI looked like shit. The fucking acting shit. The fucking plot shit. It don't even make no damn sense. Dude's coloring shit in the streets. He's like making shit up come out of nowhere like fucking Green Lantern, and nobody has a reaction. Like, they literally draw shit that people skate on, and I was like, these kids aren't like, what the fuck? You let me steal that. What the fuck? Are you, like, who are you? Are you God? They don't say anything. They don't care, because this movie doesn't care. Coming number 4 is a movie I feel like I'm being a little too harsh on, but I just remember fucking hating this movie, Drive-Away Dolls. So they do like the MacGuffin thing, and then when you find out what the MacGuffin is, it's the dumbest shit. It's not funny like it thinks it is, especially when it does the MacGuffin. It's like, oh, this is funny. This is fun. No, it's not funny. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Dog shit. Coming at number 3 is Madam Webb. I'm not going to say any more about this. The movie fucking sucks. It's ass. Somehow, some way, somehow, I think I like Craven more than this movie. I know a lot of people don't. But Craven had cool action sequences. I can't name off a single action sequence in Madam Web that didn't make me want to throw up. So, coming number 2 and 1, because we're fucking tossing them up. We got Night Swim and we got Afraid. Night Swim was the first movie I saw last year. January 3rd, 7th, some shit like that. It was so fucking bad. Somebody needs to have their ass whooped. Same with Afraid. And Afraid only beats this shit by like an inch. It's so fucking close. Like, they're fucking runner-up for the most shittiest fucking film. Night Swim, I talked about it all year. Every time something bad happens, I go, well, it's not as bad as Night Swim. Night Swim is literally just the movie that... It's like the movie equivalent of a piece of dog shit. They give you the worst... By the way, I was going to even say that a good premise... Afraid has a better premise than this. Night Swim has the worst premise I've seen all year. A fucking haunted swimming pool? Just don't get in the fucking water, bud. Just leave. They don't. At this point, it's on you. They do some Amityville horror bullshit where like the dad gets kind of possessed, and at that point the movie started kind of getting good. Because at one point he like hits a baseball, like cracks the fucking nut of the ball, like the ball sack, and it just fucking starts flying. And I was like, oh, crazy. I said, he's going to be crazy. But then at one point he fights the family. I believe he punches one of them. I was like, wait, doesn't he have super strength? But then like literally it's just like a little jab, and like somebody falls on the ground. I was like, you should have fucking blew their head off with the strength you have. But yeah, not scary. Nothing really happening. PG-13 horror bullshit. Theater was fucking packed, of course. And it was really fucking awful. What a way to start the fucking new year. And back to Afraid. Afraid is pretty much just number 1 just because I've never seen worse acting in my life. At least Night Swim had competent actors. Afraid has fucking awful acting. Awful scares. It's really shitty. It's like that fucking Smart House movie on Disney, but it's like the worst version of that. And at one point they get into like some goofy weird shit. Once again, goofy weird shit that nobody asked for. And then they kind of like really set you up, almost kind of like a sequel, but like kind of like a horror sequel does, where it's like, ooh, it's scary. It's like, if we don't come back, it's like, ooh, you gotta think about that. I'm not scared. This is stupid as fuck. The fucking main characters are awful. They set up some like weird plot in the middle where like the wife was thinking that the husband might have been cheating, and then at one point I was like, is he cheating? And I was like, what? Wait, why do I give a fuck? Why is this a plot? We got the fucking house killing motherfuckers. Comment down below. Tell me your top 10 list of worst films of the year. Like, subscribe.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.